Hello, friends. My name is Sumit, and once again, I welcome all of you to bisptrainings.com. This is my third video in continuation of preparing the financial reporting in Python. And in this video, I will be going to demonstrate you how can we present the company financial, net sales, net profits, and profit margin in the form of a bar graph along with the line chart on top of that. So I have got a company data. That's my financial data which I have been received from the company, and I need to be present the data, the net profit and net sales and the profit margin in this graphical format, so that the CFO of a company or the business analyst of a company or the decision makers of a company, they will be easily knowing that whether they are making any profit or they are going into loss. So we have got the data, and the columns in the data headings are nicely placed, like scenario, year, period. So my requirement is I need to prepare a report. I need to prepare a graph period wise by using the financial elements net profit and net sales and profit margin, and by using this column element. So basically we are going to use only three columns into it in our reports: period, financial elements, and amount. So let's see how can we achieve this through Python. So first of all, I start the Python editor, and the first thing I'm going to do is I need to import the libraries into a new file. So I write here import pandas as pd, import csv, import numpy as np, import matplotlib dot pyplot as plt. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to load the data, the financial data, which is in the CSV format. So I simple write data is equal to pd dot read underscore CSV, and my data is stored in my D drive, financial data dot CSV. Then I'm going to create one figure and one ax variable, because we are going to use multiple, we are going to plot the multiple bar charts in a single chart. So for this we need to create various plots. So that's why I create multiple subplots. I define this as that we are going to create multiple plots in a single plot. Then, because my requirement is I need to do the grouping based on periodically, so here I create one by period equal to data dot group by and period. Then from that period I just wanted to calculate the net profit, net sales, and profit margin by using the financial elements, based on the financial elements, but we are going to apply the aggregation on the amount column. So for this we are going to use the lambda expression. To know more about lambda expression, you can visit my existing videos which are already published on YouTube. In that video I have already explained what exactly do I mean about lambda expression. So I create a variable here, net profit is equal to by period dot apply, and I applied lambda x colon x, and the element is element, here we are going to use the financial elements. So I write here financial elements. It should be in single quotes, bracket close, and if it equals to net profit, then I would like to apply the aggregation on amount. dot sum. In similar way, I just copy pasted because I need to pull net profit, net sales and profit margin. So net sales, and in similar way profit margin and net profit. Then in financial elements we have net profit, we have profit margin and net sales. So I just copy this net sales and paste it here, net sales, and this should be profit margin. Profit, so you can see we have net sales and profit margin. And we apply the aggregation on the same. Next, I need to extract the periods, the unique period. So I create unique period is equal to pd dot unique data dot period dot revel. I'm going to create index here. Index is equal to np dot range, a range, and it should be length p. Then I just define the bar width, because we are going to define the bar width as well, is equal to 0.35. What's the opacity for that? So 0.8. Now we need to define the bars here. For example, right, like we have the three, basically it's a combination of three different charts. So two are bar and one represent in the form of a line. So that's why I create here rex1 and is equal to plt dot bar. So it will plot bar. It will use index on the x-axis and net sales on y-axis. Net sales on y-axis, comma, bar underscore width. I set the bar width. Alpha is equal to opacity, and I specify the color as well. Color is equal to B. And at the same time, I assign label as well. Label is equal to net sales. In similar way, we need to create one more bar. So again, I copy this, and this I define as 2. It should be, now index should be same, but the index should be placed just next to that. It should not be overlapping. It should be next to the first graph. So that's why, and we have already defined here the bar width. So the next element, so the next bar should be the just after when the first bar finish. So, and how do we know the starting point of the second bar? So whatever will be the end point for the first bar will be the starting point for the third bar. So that's why right here index plus bar underscore width, and it should be net and net sales, and I want net profit, bar width, and that should be same. Only thing I represent it into green color, and I change the label as net profit. Now the final graph, the final profit margin, I would like to represent into a line chart. So that's why I create here rex3, and to create a line chart, the command will be plot. So the plot is used to create a line chart, and this will be index because there will be no bar. So that's why we don't need any width and all. So index, and it should represent profit margin, comma, I want to represent it in red color, and line style is equal to, I set the line style as well, and marker is equal to O. I set the marker along with that, and line width is equal to 2.0. So as you can see here, we have got on x-axis, we have got month name, which represent that this data is from the January month, that's from February, that's in March. So in order to do that, we use here x-ticks, which I have already explained in previous examples as well, or in previous reports also we have done. So I write index plus bar underscore width because I want to display it in the center and period. Then plt dot legend to display the legend, to add a legend as well. You can see we have legend, so I just want to display legend. And plt dot x label, on x-axis we have months, or I'll call it as a periods, and plt dot y label, it should be expenditure in millions, and plt dot title, I set the title as net profit versus net sales versus profit margin. You can use any title as required, whatever you want to display the title. Then I just write plt dot title underscore layout and plt dot show. So first we save it as sales versus margin, and I'm just going to test it by pressing the F5 key. So let's test it. So I press F5 key and you can see it has been successfully loaded and the chart has been prepared, which along with the legends, and that's the title we have, that's the label on y axis, and that's the label on x axis we have. So that much sale we have done in January, and that's the profit, and that's the profit margin. So that's how we can display the profit margin, net sales, and net profit and profit margin of a company based on the data which will be provided. We can save this figure, or we can also we can also save this chart in the PDF format. So to know more about that, how to save the chart in PDF format directly, please go through my previous video. In that video, I've already explained that how to save the chart instead of displaying the chart on screen. How can we take the backup of that, or how can we save directly in the form of a PDF so that it can be shared with our clients or other users. So that's all in this video. If you have any questions or any queries, you can write to us on www.bispsolutions or bisptrainings.com. You can subscribe our YouTube channel for more videos on Python. Till then, have a nice day ahead. Goodbye.